Well, I'm gonna think about this for a minute, figure out what I want to do, then I'll bring you back when I know exactly what I'm gonna do. All right, we'll see you in a minute. Hey everybody, we're back. Been a little while. Got our beer, and we can keep moving. Got our M.2 drive. We got our video card. We kind of left off with some of the wiring here. So let's see what we got going on here. Oh man, a lot of trash going on here, everybody. Okay, I don't think I need that anymore. That's for the cooler. I don't need this either. Just trying to clean up a little bit here, everybody. Pocket. Okay. Alright. So it says M.2. So looking for my little screwdriver. Oh, here's the one screwdriver. Where's my other screwdriver? What did I do with it? Here it is. Okay. Alright, so this is where the one M.2 drive is, I guess. Nice. Ah. Remove. Okay. Huh. It's kind of sticky, everybody. Okay. Leave that there. We got our 1 terabyte memory stick. I mean, hard drive. So this is the Inland brand, which is Micro Center's brand. Should be good enough for what I want to do. And we can always upgrade to a better drive if we want to. We got a spare slot. I think it's under here. I think. So let's get this open and get this stuff out of here. Man, I really hate this blister pack stuff. It's ridiculous. I mean, yeah, I get it. They don't want you to steal it, but Jesus. Alright. Oh. Look for screws, look for screws. This looks like, these look like the screws. They're these kind of flat, teeny little looking screws. I'm pretty sure. Okay. Are these all the same? I think so. Let's pull our that's it. Even tinier than these screws. They seem like the right ones. we got over here? Oh, see? They did give us some zip ties, everybody. Where did that... Don't forget our stickers. I'm gonna throw any of those away. Okay. Well, let's look at the destructions again. All in one cooler. M.2. Okay. So there is. Huh. It just says, put it in. But we both know that there should be a screw to hold that down. It's a tiny screw. It's definitely not that screw. Okay, let's see, everybody. Let's make sure you're in the shot here. And you are. Okay. Oh, I feel like I just moved you, though. Bumped into the... Maybe it's... these? I got a couple of little standoffs. Oh yeah, this is a tiny screw. Let's see if this is it. Oh, okay. It was these little screws. Alright, everybody. I said M.2, and it was this way. Okay. You can't even see it. It's just right under there. I can't believe that's the hard drive now, right? It's pretty crazy. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna select black box. Quadro P2200. Nice. Quadro. That's a hell of a card, I guess. Ooh. Doesn't look like we need any extra supply at all, I guess, everybody. Let's see here. Is this some kind of film? It is. Okay, everybody. What do you say we, which one do we put it in? This one here. Okay. Oh God, who the hell put these on here and why? Why is it so tough? Okay. I like new cases. They actually, you know, make it so that you know, there's just thumb screws. Remember back in the day, you had to like get a screwdriver here and bust out these holes, and you go in here, and you always end up cutting your finger and stuff. It was bad. Now, things are so much nicer. They just fit in. Okay, I think you put that down. Yeah, baby, like that. Oh, this thing's sick. Everything's black. Yeah, this thing's pretty sick. Look at that. Everybody. This thing's just coming right along, right? Oh, so let's get rid of our VGA cable. Because we won't be needing that. Alright. So we won't be needing that cable either. Oh, a wrench. I don't know what that's for. Alright. Alright. So what else do we have left? We just put in the video card. We got our fans. We got our cooler. Let's pull it off there. Oh. M.2. Video card. CPU. Cooler. Memory. Radiator. Fans. I mean, I'm not sure there's hella much else. Let's see what we got all there. Okay, so here's some of our cables. All the cables. Static bag. What's this? Become a G-Skills member. Register your product. Oh, I think we're going to do that here at some point. Okay. Like I said, don't forget our Ryzen 7. Okay, and we got our G-Skills memory sticker. Close up our knife before we put our foot into it. Let's save this. Okay. Everybody, this looks pretty good. I don't really think that there's much else to do except, you know, go with some zip ties and, you know, I think we've got everything else done. Everything looks pretty good. So let's put a couple zip ties on here. Some wool. And I got these too. I'm not going to use these here, but we'll use these on the other side where we can see it. Isn't this great, everybody? Okay. So now we're gonna, you know, start on a little water management, I guess. I'm gonna put one down in this corner. Alright. Right here. Okay. Alright. I think we're gonna put another one. All right. We should get my cutters here. We can cut those off. Oh man. Whew. You guys can see my apartment isn't very big, but you gotta make do with what you got, right? Can't wait to get into an actual house. Soon. Very soon. Okay, get those out of the way. Out of the way. Okay, let's see to get you back in frame here. These little wires are so annoying to me. We're gonna do something about that. Okay. And then get this in here. No. All right, come on. Oh man, isn't this exciting, everybody? You gotta really fool with those stuff if you want to make it really nice. Then again, like I said, this is the kind of stuff I actually do at work, is just, you know, making stuff, wiring it up, making it nice. So, this is the stuff I like to do. Clean that up a little bit. Let's pull off one of these. Alright. Remember what I said about being careful with this these connectors here, these USB 3.0 connectors, because you can mess them up. Break that right off your motherboard. Little trick I always do is turn them around so you can't see them. The, you know, whether it's zip ties or, you know, gives it that more finished look, right? So, okay. How did I? Like, how did I miss that one? Okay. Oh, we got her licked. All right, everybody. I really do think that that's it. We got everything installed. The last thing to do is get Windows installed, and let's go from there. I'm gonna have to take this over, and I'm not gonna show you all that. I'm gonna install it. We'll just, the next thing you see is this thing gonna be working. So, all right, everybody. Thanks for coming along. I know this is a long one, but if you've ever wanted to, you know, build a computer, you know, this pretty much shows you how to do it. Let's tighten these up while we're here. And yeah, it's not as hard as everybody makes it out to be. It really isn't. Nowadays, it's all just plug and play. I mean, you don't have to mess around with a ton of stuff. I mean, you don't even really have to mess around in the BIOS or anything. So, you know, it should be pretty easy if you guys want to do something like this. And I'll put a full list of the parts that I have on here. And, yeah, we'll go from there. All right, everybody. I'll see you back in a while. All right. Bye. Buddy, Iceman50 here. So I think this is going to be the end of the series here. So I'll tell you about a few things about the computer here. So number one, as you can see from the first video, looks great, don't it? From the first video, you know, I tell you in the description that I had some issues, right? Well, the issue is that this is all brand new hardware, right? The motherboard, the B550X, the ROG Strix B550X, the P2200 graphics card, you know, all this stuff. The Ryzen i7, the Ryzen 7 CPU. So I have an old copy of Windows. It's not old, but I mean it's probably 5 years old. It's Windows 10 Home. And so I plug the stick in, go to do everything. I got my M.2 in there. I install Windows, and it's running for about, I don't know, 20 minutes, 10 minutes. And all of a sudden I get this blue screen of death. Yeah, great, right? And it was a CPU watchdog timeout error. And so I was trying to, like, you know, rack my brain as to why is that? And what I came up with is that some sort of driver issue. So I go to safe mode and it just runs. It's running and running and running, no issue. But when I first turn this on, the LAN port, it's some kind of Intel, you know, new LAN port or whatever, and you know, the chipset, whatever. So I have no hard LAN. I plug it in, but it's not doing anything. It says the adapter's, driver's not installed. So I put in, you think, well, of course. I put in the disk that came with the motherboard, pop it in, install all the drivers for the Intel drivers, for the LAN, for the audio drivers, everything. This isn't my first rodeo here. So I figure, well, there could be, some issues. Well, that didn't help. So, the computer's basically restarting every 5 minutes, or worse, just freezing with the little blue Windows circle of death, and then it freezes. So I got to turn it off, turn it back on, and so what I discovered was that I'm like, I need a way to get to the internet, because even the drivers that came with the disk weren't happy. So I'm like, okay, what else can I do? I actually I don't really have any little wireless dongles, because everything's either networked or I've got a PCI card in my other computers. So I asked my neighbor to borrow a little, one of these little Wi-Fi dongle thingies. I mean, like this, but this isn't it. This is for my Razer Mamba. And so I plug that in and I boot it up and I go into regular mode. I even tried safe mode with networking or whatever. I even tried loading the drivers for the wireless nano dongle. Even though Windows 10 it says you can go safe mode with networking, it doesn't work with Wi-Fi dongles. Maybe with PCI cards, but not with little Wi-Fi USB dongles. So anyways, I went on the internet, of course, to interwebs, and did some research and figured out, somebody else kind of was saying something similar, and that, they just had to keep trying to update it, try to download the Windows updates, and eventually it came around. So, I spent basically a whole day and, turn it off, turn it back on, and trying to get to those updates. And I had to, just leave it in with the Wi-Fi dongle plugged in, and it kind of wasn't still working. So I was able to get the Windows Download Tool Assistant or whatever to load. And then the cool part about that is that if your download gets interrupted, like the computer freezing, you restart and it'll come back to where it left off. So I probably had to restart this thing about, honestly, probably over 30 times. And just keep it going. And then at some point, so my backup plan, before I get to what happened, my backup plan was just go on my laptop, download a fresh ISO, with the November or October update or whatever, and that's plan B, right? So I got that all prepared while this was going, and it was updating and then freezing and updating and freezing, and at some point it finally did say, like, installing updates, and then it installed a couple updates, and then it reset a bunch of times, and then it like went into the major update and it said updating Windows. And then after that, and it restarted, then I had my wired networking, and then so I plug in the networking, and basically that was all it took. It downloaded all the drivers it needed. The CPU watchdog timeout error went away. Everything updated. So the moral of the story here, guys, is that make sure that you have a plan, because if you buy absolute brand new hardware and you have an old copy of Windows, like if you didn't just go out and buy it, last month or sometime after the October update, or I don't even know how that all works, But the fact of the matter is that my copy of Windows 10 was so old, it was freaking out, because it couldn't figure out the drivers for this new stuff. So always have a plan, I guess, is the point. And if you do run into this, just keep trying to update. Get that Windows Updater Assistant tool installed and just keep trying to do it. It eventually did go. So okay, so that's the whole end of the story. But part of, after I get it all here running, is that I realized, why are the RGB fans, lighting system so complicated? Like, it doesn't, you know, you think you just get all the RGB fans, you plug them in, it should be done. No, what I discovered is that, you know, my RGB system isn't quite, you know, working at all, actually. I mean, it kind of is. I get some white lights or whatever, but the fact of the matter is that, you know, I didn't know. Again, I haven't built a computer like this. It's been a long time, and that RGB wasn't really a thing back then, not like it is now. So I didn't know, especially with, you know, Corsair here, is that you can't mix and match fans. I wrote some, I printed out some drawings here, you know, some little wiring diagrams, and I wrote some stuff down. So one of the big things was only some type of fans can be hooked up to one hub. So you can't mix and match. What I discovered is that the fans that I bought, here we can, so the machine comes with SP 120 RGB LEDs, okay? And I think that's these. Oh, well, we got to fix that. See what happened here. We got something that came loose or something. So the point being is that the ML 120s, the 3-pack that I showed you guys that I bought. Oh no. Look, we forgot a piece of... well, that's going to bother me. We'll fix that. The fans that I bought are ML 120s. The ones that come with a Corsair H100i, you know, Elite Capellix water pump system are also ML 120s. Okay? But you can't mix them. So I didn't know that. I thought you just plug all this stuff in and you're good to go. But it turns out that you can't mix and match. So what I discovered through all of this, you know, was how am I gonna hook this all up? So I've got 8 fans, and I can only hook the ML 120s together, and I can only hook the SP 120s together. So what I came up with was, you know, thinking about the machine. We look at this. We got 2 in the front, and we got 3 on top. Those are the ones I really want to see, right? Those are the ones you see from the outside. Of course, you can come to the side, and you know, the RAM and the pump and all that's going to light up. But, you know, I don't, you know, right now there's no real way to hook all of them together, and you can't. So my idea is that we're going to take, so I should have 5 ML 120 fans. 1, 2, 3, I thought these were, you know, I thought I had 5. We'll look here. But the other ones are SP, we're you know, SP 120s. So we're going to look. Now I'm seeing that, you know, the 3 that I bought have these rubber grommets, and I read that, okay? So the ones that came with here, we got to figure this out. We may have to even split it up even more. But what I was thinking is that the pump controller, it lives over here, right? And so this is the fan controller, so we can run 6 fans off this controller. But the LEDs, what we have to do is we have to group all of the same type of fans together, and we'll put those on here. So we've got 5, and this is 6 ports, so I was thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? All those LEDs will go to this commander core, which is hooked to the AIO pump. And then the other 3 fans, 1, 2, and 3, will get hooked to this top, you know, to the case buttons. These case buttons run over to this. This is the SP lighting controller. So we can't, this is meant for the SP fans. We can't, and you can see I've got some stuff plugged in here, and they're definitely not the SP fans. So what we're going to do is we're going to split the 2 systems up. We're going to split up, you know, we're going to take out the fans. We're going to rearrange them. I'm going to make sure exactly what I've got. And we're going to put, you know, at the very least, we're going to put, you know, the 3 fans that we need. You know, we're going to figure it out. And if it doesn't work, I do have, so we've got 1 hub, but I also have a second hub and the, whatever that other little module is called, this guy here, the This one hooks in, and it can drive 2 hubs. So the commander core is plugged into a USB port. This thing also plugs into a USB port so that the IQ software can do what it do. Okay, so what we do is, you know, it kind of gets hooked like this. One would go to here, and then one would go to the other hub. Either we use all this, or we can get away with just using the hub with the top mounted controls. I don't know. But what I'm going to do is we'll sort it out, and then I'll bring you back and let you know how it all worked. Oh, and also, I think I also have the case. These are RGBs. They're not just white. Here and here. Again, I have to tie those in with the SP controller because they can't be on with the ML fans. So we're going to try and split this all up, and we're going to try and get it working right. And that's what we're going to do. I'll bring you back when we're done, all right? I'll talk to you guys in a minute. Hey, would you look at that, everybody? We got RGBs here. We got these here. Now these should be able to be controlled by here. Oh God, it's gonna give you a seizure, everybody. How can we just go with the glowing? Oh, and there's my... So it's not complaining. I moved over the AIO pump to the CPU fan input. So, yeah. I think we might get some, maybe we'll replace these with some ML120s. That way, so because you can see here how it's got the 4 colors. You know, that's, and then with these you only get, you know, there's 4 LEDs that are the same color and that are only addressable like in one fan, whereas these have 4 individually addressable commands. Oh, and look, you see, here's my other ML120 fans. They're lit up too. So we got this one last light here, fan. I got to find a spot for that. Oh, see, Windows is already back up. So let's shut this off. Okay, let's go to shutdown. Let's come over here. Let's say shutdown. Okay, shut down anyways. So you can see that, you know, we definitely solved our lighting issues by just splitting up the let's turn this off, by splitting up the fans into the correct ones, and then maybe now if I install the IQ software, we should be good. So this one, I'm not quite sure what we're gonna do with this one here. I think there's another. Can I reach? I think I can reach here. Okay, we're gonna go the other way around. Instead of coming around the back side of the case, this one already comes out this direction. We will just plug her in here. Like such. Like thusly. And then we're gonna come over here. We're not trying to pinch anything because we definitely don't want to, you know, pinch something and short it out, right? So we're just gonna come back over here. We're just gonna kind of tuck it. I don't want to use any zip ties or anything. We're just gonna tuck it, I think. Okay. All right. So that leaves us one ML120 fan. Come back around here. It's gonna be over here. We'll just make it over here, right? I'm just gonna stick this back kind of where I had it. Close enough for government work, right? I'm gonna hide that up here. Then I'm going to Okay, everybody, we're gonna go around this because there's a piece of metal up here that we can't get past, so we're just gonna kind of sneak it past there, and then we're gonna plug it in, plug it in. It's just sticky enough to keep sticking and unsticking. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna hide the rest of these wires. Okay. Don't forget we got our little zip tie stuff here. So we're gonna right like that. Okay. Alright, everybody, so let's go and get our quarters are tight here. Let's go get this piece, our other bundles, all our screws. Right, all our pieces. Okay, and then we'll come get the glass in a minute. This has gotta go. This is what I had to do last time, everybody, is get in where my stuff is at and put it all back together. Okay, like this. You can see how much fun this is, guys. It's gotta be, you just want to be really careful with everything. Okay. So we got our cables coming out here. We got our cables coming out at the bottom. Okay. Get our cable coming over here. Find our two little thumb screws, the tiny ones, this one and this one. Okay. All right. Okay, so unplug our keyboard, put our screens back in. Okay. Thusly. And then we can get our tempered glass pieces. Okay. Oh, just be careful you don't break this stuff, everybody. Okay. Alright, so we know this is the top. This is the top. Alright. We'll wipe the bottom of it. We can always wipe the top of it after we're done. Drop that on there. And then, yeah, it's the long one. There's some long ones. I think the short ones go on the sides. So the long ones go on the front and the top. So I guess I know what I'm doing, which is I'm buying myself some more ML120 fans, and we're going to convert them all. Just because I want all the lighting controlled by the same thing. I mean, it doesn't matter. You know, I don't understand why, you know, they couldn't just make all their stuff compatible with each other. I just want, you know, an all-in-one solution, that's all. No big deal. Right? Okay, so we're almost done assembling this thing. Then we'll show you it booting up into Windows and all that. God dang hair. My wife has such long hair. It gets everywhere. Okay. Did I do this right? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Where's my other four, my 4 screws, everybody? Alright, everybody. So why don't we turn this bad boy on. Oh, did I turn off the power switch? I did. Okay. So we got our logo at the back of the Mobo. And let there be life. See, we got our 2 on the inside. We got our 1 at the back that's working. See? We got our pump. We got our memory. We got our 2 here. Right? See that? And we got these. So, everything's good. We'll just get some more fans, and then there's other options, and then I can use the Commander Core thing if I really want to. Anyways, I'm not sure we can use the SP120 controller, but we might be able to plug into that hub and then plug it into the motherboard. So now what we need to do is go on here on the Windows, and we need to download the IQ software again. I uninstalled it because I thought something weird was going on. I wasn't exactly sure what the heck was going on, so I just uninstalled it. I thought maybe there was some issue with there was some issue with the software, like a driver issue or something. I didn't know, and there is something else odd that I am experiencing, which is that my let's try not to knock over our drive here. That sometimes okay, now I see what I did here. Okay, all right, it goes into, I got a little hub pulled in here. I wish that these things came with more hubs, but they don't. So, I mean the motherboard. They should give you like 10 USB ports. That would be good. So that's just the charging cable for my mouse here. You can see that. We won't need this any longer. We will need this right there. Oh, we're just gonna carefully push that into its home. Right. Yeah, be careful of that too, everybody. See, you too can break stuff. Okay, put this back where it's safekeeping place for when I need the motherboard or the keyboard next. What I did over here was just kind of drape this over here so that we can connect it when we need to. Okay. I'll zip tie that other stuff up. I just want to show you guys what's going on here. Look away. Okay. So here's what it was doing. It's only when you boot it up for the first time is that it's like there's an issue loading the taskbar. I don't know, if I click on it, you'll see it flashes. Just click on it a bunch of times. I've had it where it see, that's why I thought this was all part of the IQ software or something, but it seems like it's, there we go. So now I got my start menu. No, I don't have the start menu. I have icons down here, and you got to keep, I found that if you just, eventually if you let it be, it does seem to come up, but I've, Googled it, researched it all. Once it's up and running, I still don't know what the issue is. I think it's a Windows bug. I mean, if you Google search everything about this issue, it tells you, restart Explorer and all this. I've done all that. So I found that, temporarily I just put some icons up here so I can actually access. I mean, everything else works. It's just the taskbar freezes. It's the weirdest thing. So we'll go here and download the IQ software. IQ download. What the heck? Here we go. Okay, so we go to Corsair downloads. This is all provided to you by Corsair. We'll do this. Let's skip this step and I'm gonna go to the desktop. By the way, been using this machine, man. It just rendered my the second video in this series in like 10 minutes or so. It was crazy. It was good. So I'm pretty happy with the way this thing's working. I'm running at, I don't know, it's like 4.4 gigahertz. Pretty good. I can't complain. Yes. So we'll get this installed. Okay. Now, unless I plug this in, instead of doing it from here, I could plug it into the iQ software too, using that other little bridge thingy, but this is fine for now. Maybe we'll just get it to stay solid on, just red on top. I don't know. There's not much I can do because, this is just a built-in controller from here, which, I mean, great and all, but... Okay. Sure. It's like Rumpelstiltskin. I gotta sell my my firstborn. We'll take the... Okay. Now the big thing is, agreeing not to class action lawsuits. You agree not to class action lawsuit us by installing the software. All right, fine. See, they're learning. They just hit you with the... You agree not to sue us even before they know anything is wrong. Kind of smart, actually, I guess. I don't know. We'll get this installed here. Oh, there's the iQ. Okay, start. Finish. Sure. Let's do it. Alt-tab? No? Okay, we'll run the software here. Even though it said run, we'll run it again. Okay. Control-Shift-Escape. Is it running? It is. I'm telling you guys, this is like the most annoying thing. I found that if you just let it sit for, 20 minutes or whatever, it eventually seemingly, it seemingly comes around. So this thing should detect that we have the what is it? I don't know. H100i cooler. Man, I can't think this morning. Not responding. Great. Okay. So we're going to do a... Oh no, and how do you do a restart if you can't... Again, like I said, everybody, these are the issues that I was having. I mean, it won't let you click or do anything. Oh, alright, well, I'll bring you back when everything's working again, and then we can set up iQ. Alright, I'll talk to you guys in a minute.